The Proteus back for round number 5, not 4, with Boros playing against an opponent who I'm assuming is on Stompy, based on their one result on FG Goldfish, but maybe that's not true. Could be anything. That was a long time ago. Anyways, this hand is terrible. I need 2 lands. This hand's okay. It's definitely slow, but at least I get to cast spells. Stompy's had quite the uptick over the past few weeks. Where when I was playing it was I'm looking at Pauper Sentinels here. Don't want that. When I was playing it, it was maybe 10% of the challenge meta, but now it's up to like 20%. Very interesting. There are some possible explanations for that, but I think they're just conjecture, and while I have a lot of data to look at, I have no way to guess at how people are making their decisions. That doesn't look like Stompy, that looks like the mirror. So I'm going to buckle down and try to play quickly, and didn't I scry that to the bottom? Guess not. Nah, probably just a new one. There is no scry bug. I have a 4th Pauper Sentinels in my sideboard, by the way, and I believe I will be siding that in the mirror. Yeah, I will. Just have to check my cheat sheet. So, in this match, what's important is the deck is very mana hungry, and what you want to do is get mana. So I'm concerned here because I don't have a 4th land to play. So my goal is just to find it, and there, I found it. And it's also a 5th land. It's also a 5th land, so I'm very happy. And it also blocks Thrive Inspector. Prismatic Strands is not the best card in the matchup, but it trades for Bolt, and then it trades for Bolt again, or it counters a Rally. So it's definitely relevant. I'll have to think about whether or not to side it out. Probably no. Probably just keep it in. After board, Electrickeries come in, and it also counters Electrickery, or 2 Electrickeries even, and that's pretty powerful. Card advantage is important, but it's secondary for sure. And the main reason that it's secondary is that the Monarch is better card advantage than anything else. And the Monarch is better card advantage because it's mana efficient. So we're back to mana again. You want to use your mana efficiently, use the mana to control the board, and then use that to play a Pauper Sentinels and keep it. And then that's your card advantage. And hence why Gorilla Shaman comes in even though there aren't tons of targets. So my opponent's going to be holding on to this for a little while, which is annoying. I have my own Pauper Sentinels, I can definitely play it here, but it's just probably not going to work out for me if I just try to play my Pauper Sentinels still back. I think I'd rather Skyfish. I can use the Prism here to make red, so it doesn't matter. And Skyfisher is going to threaten to steal the Monarch. Now I could have held out Prismatic Strands to try to stop my opponent from bolting my Skyfisher, but there are a number of reasons why that might not work. The main one being they could just Journey to Nowhere it. And that's another reason they could just let it happen, let it sit there. So, I do really want to steal the Monarch, but I would much rather just play my Pal Sentinels? I have to think, because it really does just depend. That's an interesting attack. Why? Why is this happening? Does my opponent have Electricity? They have Firebolt. They probably have Firebolt. Or maybe they're just bluffing. I don't care about the damage, so I'm not going to block. I'm thinking about like blocking Pal Sentinels and then they Firebolt, I Bolt. But I think I can do better than that. Not positive, but maybe. I probably should have played a Vial. Alright. So, got their Glinthawk. I'm going to attack and see if it gets bolted. And if it doesn't, so I got to steal that successfully. Which means that what I want to do here is now, wait, do I have Metalcraft? I can Val turn on Metalcraft? Yeah, so this is just what I want to do. I can sack a Vial to get another extra turn. Sanctifiers I can kick on Ancient Dead. That's probably what I'm going to do. So I have Metalcraft. So Pal Sentinel's down. I said stop on my end step because I am the Monarch. Okay, that's not relevant, but my opponent doesn't know that. I still think my opponent has a Firebolt because of their attack, which is pretty weird otherwise. Although maybe they just wanted to bluff in the damage, and they did get a few damage that way. So I'm going to use my Vial to keep the Monarch. See if my opponent has a different idea. And then, of course, I'm not going to attack anymore once I am the Monarch. I'm just drawing cards, gaining life, and stuff like that. There's no point in attacking. I just want to grind out at that point. But until we get there, I think I'm going to be pretty loose in terms of... Oh, okay. The opponent did have removal. So I can Sanctifiers and then block Thrapple Inspector. So it looks like my opponent is just going to take the Monarch from me no matter what I do. So I might as well just make things awkward for them. Okay. So I am going to cast Sanctifiers here. The question is, what do I target? So I could target the land, or I could target the Vial. And the Vial is an appealing target because my opponent doesn't have any other thing to do with Glinthawk, and they are constrained on white mana. So that's a thing they do want to bounce. So yeah, I think I do that. The tiebreaker here is that they would use the Vial to sack and prevent the Sanctifiers from blocking. So I'm okay with letting them get it for a turn. But then they're going to have to remove my Sanctifiers, otherwise I'll just take it back. And then I have another Pal Sentinels to take it back anyways. So I think I'm in a good position. My opponent can take it by just jump attacking. Oh, they got white mana. That's good for them. they can, but they would need to remove the sanctifiers, or my sanctifiers will just take it back. And then, of course, I've got this prismatic strands, but again, this deck is very mana hungry, and these mirrors are about mana, so I can't really just not do anything. So the play here is Pauper Sentinels for sure, and that's going to leave me with 3 mana left. And I think I want to use that mana to Vial and then Galvanic Blast. No, I think I want to hold up Prismatic Strands, which means I'm going to play the Ash Barrens. I have Metalcraft. My opponent does not have Prismatic Strands up. I'll leave up the black mana just to bluff I don't know what. Okay, so I imagine this is going to be pretty awkward for my opponent, unless they have yet another Pauper Sentinels. I'm watching the clock here, because in my experience these matchups can go quite long, and so my goal is to not be behind. My opponent has their Pauper Sentinels number 3. Alright. Can't do much about that. Of course, if my opponent taps out and then I get to journey, then I can definitely at least threaten to take it back. Or I don't have any way to spend my mana. So here I start with the journey. Beat the Pauper Sentinels. See if my opponent sacks Vial, which they might do. Although I think that's a poor plan. Galvanic Blast is going to meet Prismatic Strands here. So I'm going to Prismatic Strands name red. I'm going to have to remember, in case I draw some cards here, not to screw that up. So I countered that. My opponent, they don't know what I have, but they have to just let this through. If I attack with just one, then they chump. Oh, no, they're chumping. Okay. I'm happy. I like that. That's good for me. Maybe a Skyfisher would be a good draw here. That was a good draw. I like that one too. Because that means I'm holding up Prismatic Strands again. And so now my opponent is behind on the board. They do have 7 cards in their hand, so that's an issue. But they're behind on the board, and because their mana is, they only have 6 mana. Well, in some decks like Stompy, 6 mana is too much. It's more than you could ever ask for. In Boros, 6 mana is barely anything. It's like a card and a half. So 2 mountains coming in. Galvanic Blast my Pauper Sentinels. Yeah, I'm going to cast my Prismatic Strands here. Choose red. Countered. Okay, my opponent draws another card, but here I'm going to Vial and then Battle Screech. No, I should Battle Screech first, I guess. So let's start with this. Come on, Battle Screech. And then I can use the tokens to block. My opponent can't vial me, or they can't bolt both of my guys. So I get to get in for damage. I hope my opponent doesn't have an electricity of their own. And I guess another card. Another Battle Screech. Okay. My opponent could also have like double bolt, but even double bolt isn't that bad. Or they could have a fourth Palace Sentinels. I didn't consider that option, but they could have that. That's crazy that all four of their Palace Sentinels were in their top 4 cards, or the top half of their deck. They chose to bounce a Radiant Fountain and not the land that draws a card, which is an interesting choice. Alright, so I'm going to Battle Screech again. I don't think they have Electricity, but it's possible. And then, yeah, I'm just attacking with the birds here. They can eat one bird if they want. Or, you know, they'll also play around with Firebolt. So now I am the Monarch again. Battle Screech. Flashback. I would never do this after sideboarding where I expect Electricity, but before sideboarding I don't expect it, so I'm pretty fine. And I'm drawing a lot of lands. I'm hoping that either I'm going to be able to grind through all of my opponent's cards, or my opponent's going to deck themselves. And they haven't played any Prophetic Prism, so them decking themselves is certainly possible. I can also win with my 1 rally. Where I certainly have a lot more flyers than my opponent does at this point. Also, I have an Electricity in my deck, so if we all have a bunch of 1/1s, I can kill my opponents. That's an odd play. I guess I have to vial back. Just to stop my opponent from... It's so odd that it's setting off alarm bells in my head. If I attack with all of my flyers, I deal 5 damage, which is not enough. So, I'm not doing that. Just drawing all the lands. Battle Screech is acceptable. Mainly because I can't do anything about it. Do they bounce the cave this time? Nope, fountain again. Interesting. I guess they're afraid of getting burned out, but I've committed a rather large number of what was I talking about? I've played a whole bunch of burn spells. I've already played half of them, so my opponent doesn't really have to be worried about getting burned out. there's no way for me to effectively play around like multiple burn spells from my 7-card hand opponent, so I think I'm just not going to do that. Yeah, okay. This is not what I wanted. Maybe I will... I think my opponent had... My priority here has to be just to play quickly, unfortunately. So, my opponent's probably going to take the Monarch here, but they have to attack. They have to commit to letting themselves get blown out by lightning bolts. Alright, well, they're attacking like this, so... Alright, they got it. They got the Monarch again. They do have to do something with it. Otherwise, it's just not very scary. The Harbor Inspector's good. And so, I'm just going to draw some cards. Sure, my opponent can vile me. That's not a problem. I can have them draw one extra card as long as I get the Monarch back eventually. But maybe I don't even need to get it back eventually. And here I have a Skyfisher which can bounce the Sanctifiers. Or it can just block my... Or it can bounce my Palace Sentinels. I think I want to do that. And so, I'm doing alright. I'm doing alright. My opponent has lots of cards in hand, but they don't have tons of cards on the board. Again, my opponent spend resources to take the Monarch from me. Don't have any more Palace Sentinels. So that's not all that scary. And they're going to have to spend resources to not have me just take it back with my Glinthawk. If they're sacking the Vial to stop my Glinthawk from blocking, but I wasn't going to block anyways. I was just going to attack. And then if that doesn't work, Palace Sentinels. And still, they have to kill me. That's possible. Like, they have Sens Enlistment. Okay, so I was watching for that. I was expecting my opponent to have one Sens Enlistment, and I'm going to Boros Garrison back a Bojuka Bog, so I can try to minimize the number of tokens my opponent gets to make. Also, Electrickery. Alright, what do I do first here? Prophetic Prism. I really don't want to be the Monarch because I'm afraid of just dying. But I think I'm not ahead on board, so I have to. When I get the Electrickery, then I'm going to let my opponent do whatever they want. There's my opponent's first Prophetic Prism. That's crazy. It's crazy that they went this late and didn't get a Prophetic Prism. They could have Electrickery, which would suck if they do. Because I only have one Battle Screech left in my deck. and the way I want to win is with rally. So I think I want to let my opponent like just hit me. But no attacks from my opponent. All right. Well, if they don't attack, first thing I do is goodbye Sen's Enlistment. That's not happening. Start chipping in for some damage. No, I'm not gonna sack the clue. My goal is to find a way to burn my opponent out somehow, or to win on time, or to mill. I don't really care about lots of other things. I don't care about how many cards are in my hand. Skyfisher is a good one, though. I think. I mean, it doesn't actually do anything. I guess I can bounce the journey and then give them back the Palace Sentinels and force them to draw cards. Can I just do that? Yeah, let's do that. And I'm going to give them the trigger too. So they have to think about it. I can't not play the 2-4. I should have played my 2-4. What was I doing? Why didn't I do that? I have 7 points of damage in my hand. I only have one more burn spell in my deck, so that's not a huge issue one way or the other. Yeah, I really don't want to be the monarch, so I'm just gonna pass. How did I end up behind? It's not what I wanted. How many? So my opponents played Galblast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they only have one lightning bolt, I think, left in terms of burn. So okay, that was what I wanted. That was what I was waiting for. What's going on here? Come on, tap my creatures. That wasn't the creature I meant to tap, but oh well. They could have Electricity. I could go for it. I could go for the kill, but well, I mean, I'm doing pretty well here, so I don't really care. I don't really care one way or the other. Okay, I'm just gonna play a ton of removal spells and then rally. I mean, it's a thing they can do. All right, I'm gonna block these guys and Galvanic Blast there. Yeah, my goal is just not think too much, just let the clock run out. All right, that's a bolt. I can't win the game directly from this spot, so I'm gonna pass. Okay, my opponent has no more burn spells. So I'm just going to let them do whatever they want. Nothing bad that can possibly happen to me here. I think I just have to let my opponent run down their clock, because they're being dumb. Okay. Just have to survive this turn. I guess they could have... Oh, okay. I can't auto-yield. Could double rally me, but that's the only way they can get in extra damage. Alright. I think I got him. I got him. Opponent has no cards left in their deck. Okay. That was it. So yeah, Boros Mirror. Really exciting, eh? Oh man. Okay. So, I think I bring in Power Sentinels, despite the fact that it wasn't, that it was a liability in that game. It's not a liability most of the time. Most of the time that match doesn't go like that. I want the Gorilla Shamans for sure. These cards coming in first. And Electrocuries, do I want 3 of them? Yeah, I think I do want 3 of them. Standard Bear, of course, dies to Electrocuries, so it's not good. Rally comes out. What else comes out? I'm not sure. Opponent said they weren't even watching that. Well, So I'm going to set out some vials, I think. And one... Okay. I don't know how I'm sideboarding here. One Journey to Nowhere. One vial. Do I side out Sanctifiers, or is it okay? I mean, it was good there, right? I don't know what to do. I only saw like 2 Battle Screeches from my opponent, so maybe 2 Electrocuries is the right number. So, alright, ready to play quickly. This hand draws cards and plays lands, which is what I need to do. Just need to not get run over. There are ways for this to go wrong, for sure, but... Ooh, Bolt's a good one. Just in case my opponent plays a Skyfisher here. Yeah, this matchup is absolutely crazy. And the funniest part is that you can sideboard in a bunch of cards and it gets different, but it doesn't really get better, just different. Just checking that I remembered to sideboard in my Gorilla Shamans. Alright. I'm gonna go fetch my mountain and play that. And play Prophetic Prism. And probably play Battle Screech here. Okay, Gorilla Shaman's a good one. It doesn't it doesn't win the game right away, but it's still good. I just want to commit to the board. My opponent wants to kill them one at a time. That's fine. I was kind of hoping they would do that. It's 2 for 1. Of course, now they're going to play Pal Sentinels and make that 2 for 1 laughable. Gorilla Shaman can technically remove those vials, but it's not very good at it. It's really expensive. But I get to kill a land at a point where my opponent has demonstrated that they're basically choked on mana. Like, they only get to cast 1 real spell last turn. So having Gorilla Shaman there, it was 2 for 1. Destroy the land, take a lightning bolt out of their hand. And I think that's pretty solid. I was definitely supposed to Galvanic Blast there, but I forgot. Or I auto-yielded. I'm valuing my second Battle Screech a little higher than my first one, and I do want to flash it back. I don't want a Galvanic Blast to Thriving Inspector. That doesn't sound like a great use of mana. Or of cards, rather. It's a fine use of mana. Alright, I have changed my mind. Battle Screech, here we come. Okay. That's fine. Opponent is getting in for a whole 2 damage here. Alright, that guy has to die. And I've run out of gas here. So this is not good. This is not good at all. I can Galvanic Blast that, but I can Galvanic Blast that anytime. I've got so much mana. Which is more of a statement that I ran out of cards than of anything else. Okay, let's draw some more cards. See if I can pull back into this game here. See if I can do it. That's a start. That's a start. Let's kill the Pal Sentinels. There's my last Battle Screech. Oh boy. The guys are dying. Opponent has a Gorilla Shaman, but I don't have any artifact lands or clues, so it's not actually going to accomplish very much. I think this is just a free rolly attack. Maybe it's not, but I think it is. They don't want to Electricity 1 Thriving Inspector, do they? It's just not a good use of cards. So I think their plan here is to Alchemist Vial my Thriving Inspector. No? Okay. So I'll see if I can draw a card here by taking the Monarch for a turn. Just play my lands. Yeah, I'm definitely behind. That's for sure. I can just auto-yield here. The question is whether or not my opponent can kill me, given the clock. So I'm going to try to drag this game out a little bit. Grudge my Prophetic Prism. Oh. Yeah, that's good. Why did they use I'm not sure why they needed to do it like this, but okay. Alright, let's Sky Fisher. Battle Screech. I am going to get to flash back. Just draw some more cards. Maybe I should flash back all of them. Can I do that? Okay, yeah, that fits the main plan. Alright, lots of Battle Screeches. Go, opponent. I just played 10 power of creatures that turn. So that's not bad. Half of them die electricity. So that's not great. But it's a price to pay. There's no point in playing artifact lands into Gorilla Shaman. I want to check here, see if I hit a bolt or something. Nope. Alright. Just yield through my opponent's turn. I don't have any decisions to make. And they don't know that I'm not going to undo the yields after blocks. Alright, they're actually out of cards, which I find funny. And no attacks. Do they know that they can spend a whole bunch of mana and start blowing up my Prophetic Prisms? I wonder if they know that. What's my opponent doing here? Just sack and close. I can Battle Screech again, which appeals to my sense of humor. I have a Journey to Nowhere. Let's journey and target the Palace Sentinels. No, I don't want to attack. What the heck? Stop attacking. Oh, they look like they were attacking. Confuse me. Alright. Lightning Bolt's a good one. I like that. Alright, I'm just gonna auto yield until I get to blockers. So I wonder, it's very interesting that I get to hold on to my monarch, that my opponent didn't even fight me for it. Where I was just trying to make them do awkward things. But instead it kind of looked like the opponent just gave up there and let me have it. The opponent says they're not fast enough yet. Yeah, well, maybe not the most honorable way, I guess, but I think there are some other things in this game that you could work on. Where my opponent didn't lose the first game at a time, right? They drew their whole deck without, they ran out of win conditions. So this game, I don't think I played perfectly. I think there are things I could have done better, but I think I played better than my opponent did. So there's going to be a lot to go through, and I wish I'd been able to narrate more. I just have to try to play really quickly because the last thing I want is to play well and then lose to timeout. So I hope I played mostly well, and you can tell me about the little things I did wrong. So I should now be 4-1 going into round 6. There are 62 players in the challenge, so this is the last round. And if I win, I think I'm in top 8. So open for 5-1. See you there.